everyone, Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts. I'm working in my art journal today. I haven't done this in so long. I actually prepared the pages ahead of time, so there is gesso on those pages. And I did it so that the gesso was sort of bumpy, it wasn't smooth. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but in a minute as I'm adding more color, you might be able to see it better. This is a Liquitex and it's like a teal blue, and I added some bright blue here and there in the spaces, and I'm intentionally moving my brush so that it kind of looks like waves. But I had another idea as I started putting this on there. I added some water to the brush, and I really liked how that sort of reactivated the gesso, for lack of better words, and I still kept the brush motion so that it looked like waves, but I was very happy with how that looked. Now that's some glimmer mist, and it's a real pretty, like a aqua blue. And I saw somebody on excuse me, a YouTube channel that had done this, where she put a bunch of acrylic paint at the top of her art journal with a bunch of water. She just let it drip down, and I loved the way that looked, so I kind of wanted to try it while I was doing this one. That's a sponge that I bought, believe it or not, at Vaughn's. I was grocery shopping and I saw it and I said, Eureka! I'm going to use that for my mixed media. Now I used the same plate that I mixed my teal and my blue colors with for this yellow. It kind of brought down that brightness of the yellow, in addition to putting it on the blue of the art journal. Love that sponge, isn't it great? Now I got this stencil here, and I was going to use the molding paste on it and, kind of do faux bubbles, but I did not like the way this looked. It had these little, not lines, but these sections in between that it didn't look like a bubble at all. So I wiped it off. I found this one here. This is from Art Minds. Liked it much, much better. So I'm just putting some molding paste on it. And after I put this down, I said, oh, that's right. I got some distress paste. I should have done that and put some embossing ink on it and let it be all sparkly. But next time, we'll do that next time. Look at those bubbles, how cute. And I'm just using my heat gun, kind of help it dry a little bit. That's a Martha Stewart stencil, and it's got a sticky back to it. And I mixed together some sort of a gold color and a pink, and I made this coral. And I had no idea if this was going to work or not, but my acrylic paint underneath it was completely dry. So yeah, crossed my fingers, and it worked. I had never used stencils that had adhesive on the back of it, but this worked good. I looked and looked all through my stencils, trying to find something that was as close to coral as possible. This was the only one I could find. I could have made my own one using my silhouette, but I found this one and I was okay with this. Okay, this is not my idea. I actually saw this on a YouTube video. Used a toilet paper roll, and I loved it. And I just used the coral on that. Now that's a Recollections stamp set, and I've had it forever. And I was looking through my things for sea creatures, sea animals, and I came across this one, and I thought, well, it's sort of childlike, but it's really what I was looking for. And I've got a seahorse there on both pages. And then I got stars and an octopus, and then there's a little starfish. And that big acrylic block was not doing it for me, so. And then there was one that had like a bubble image. So I used that. there's a little crab. Now, after all was said and done with my art journal, I took a look back at it and thought, you know, that would have been awfully cute if I would have done some stamped these little images on separate paper and just fussy cut them and put them out so there was more dimension on the page. But I didn't, so I'm just going to go through and add some fun things to them. That's a glimmer mist, and it's a real pretty green glitter paint type stuff. I wanted something that was translucent because I didn't want to cover up the stamp part of it, you know, his face and all that. That's like a real pretty, gosh, it's almost like a purplish blue. And it too is from Tattered Angels, and it does have some glitter in it. And I was digging through my stuff. What else can I use? Oh, perfect. Now, you didn't see this, but over here on the left side, I went to give my dauber a little squeeze, and the whole entire lid popped off and spilled all over the side. So much for that. And then this one, I used my toothbrush and just spattered all over that page. It really added something to it. See how I'm reaching over to the left there? Yeah. Yeah, there's paint spilled all over. And I just keep adding to those little images. I'm just using my finger. My finger gave it texture versus using a paintbrush. And I try to always use this. It's a corrugated piece of cardboard. And I love the way that looks on pages. This is actually sand that has adhesive in it, or glue, but I had bought it at a scrapbook expo, gosh, about a year ago or so, and it dried out, so I was kind of bummed. So this that I'm using here is called natural sand, and it's the same texture as modeling paste, but if you feel it, it's got sand in it. It's like sandy. So I went ahead and put that on there, and then I sprayed it with my chocolate glimmer mist. And I actually liked this better than that faux sand I was about to put on there. Now I'm just trying to clean up the faces a little bit because I couldn't see the stamped images that well. And I really struggled with the letters. I dug through piles and piles of letters, but I came across these, and they're sparkly, and I really like them. And I'm kind of bummed because I actually should have pushed my book down a lot further into the camera so you could see the top as well. I guess the bottom has got all the images on it, so. And I don't know what prompted me to do this page under the sea. There's not like I went boating or anything. I just came up with it, and that's how it happened. So, if anybody has any suggestions or comments, please leave them. I really appreciate you helping me out with this. And thank you to all that have inspired me. This is a Wink of Stella glitter pen, and I'm just using it on the coral. All right, everybody, you have a great day.